Hey guys! Today I'm going to be doing a video that I've gotten quite a few requests for, and that is Kristen Stewart at the Met Gala. Now I know the Met Gala was a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, I've gotten a few requests, and at the time I thought it was beautiful makeup. I just never actually got around to making the tutorial. So I'm going to do it now, and I've put a link in the description box down below to an article on HollywoodLife.com where they interviewed Bo Nelson. So Bo Nelson is the makeup artist that actually did her makeup, and he talks about all the products that he used. He used Chanel products. So I'll link that down below. It's quite interesting if you want to see what they actually used on her on the day. I don't own a single Chanel product though, so I will not be using Chanel. I'm going to try my best to use mostly drugstore products. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use 100% drugstore, but mostly drugstore. So I'm going to try and do a more affordable version. And also in this video I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be narrating over the top of the actual tutorial section of the video. So obviously I'm talking to you now for the intro, and I'll do the same thing for the outro. I'll talk to the camera, but for the actual tutorial I'll just narrate over the top. I think I'm going to be able to get my videos to be a little bit more concise and not so rambly. So let me know what you prefer. I might like mix and match, do some rambly videos and some more concise videos, but let me know which one you prefer in the comments down below. I just thought I'd try something different and see how it goes. But yeah, if you want to see how I do Kristen Stewart's makeup at the Met Gala in a drugstore friendly version, then keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on foundation. I'm using the Revlon Colourstay in the colour Ivory Fair, and this is the formulation for combination oily skin. And I'm using a Sigma foundation brush. It's the paddle brush. I find paddle brushes work best with this foundation for some reason, not buffing brushes. Next, it's the Lasting Perfection Concealer by Collection 2000, and I'm just dabbing that onto the blemishes on my skin, and I've got a couple of them. Still got that bad boy on my forehead. And I'm using a Sigma E40 brush just to really take my time in buffing it in. I'm like stippling on top, so I'm blending it in, but I'm not wiping it away. And then I'm using that same concealer under my eyes and also on my eyelids, so it acts as a primer for the eyeshadow. And again with the Sigma E40 brush, buff it in. Next I'm setting over the top with L'Oreal True Match Powder in R1C1, and that's a MAC 138 brush, just a really light layer of this. Next, I'm taking my Sleek Storm palette in those two colours, the pinky burgundy colours, on a blush brush, and I'm using it as a contour, very, very lightly, and then taking my 138 brush just to buff over the top. I don't want it to be an obviously blushed look, but just to give me a little bit of shape. Mixing those two browns on a damp angle brush and using them through my brows. So they're the only two matte colours in the Storm palette. And just slowly building it up, and with the damp brush you can kind of get the effect of hairs, like it almost looks like your brush strokes look like hairs, so it looks great. Next I'm taking MAC's Vino Lip Pencil, and I've put a bit of that on the back of my hand, and I'm taking it from the back of my hand onto a 217 brush, and I'm kind of buffing it across the lid. And I know this looks insane, but this is what Bo Nelson did on Kristen Stewart. He used a lip pencil as an eyeshadow base, so I thought I would try it. You could definitely do this with a brown eye pencil if you're a little bit cautious of using lip pencils, although I have to say I wore it all day and it didn't irritate my eyes at all. So I'm plotting in the shape, which is flicked out at the outside corner and also brought quite far into the bridge of the nose as well. So just using a little pencil brush for the lower lash line and connecting it with the flick on the outside. So you can see it's quite a winged out shape. So now I'm taking the deep burgundy shade from the Storm palette on a Sigma E50 brush, and I'm just going to place that on top of where the lip liner is. Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy, but I'm just patting it on top. And then I'm using a pencil brush that's a crown brush, pencil brush, just to get the shape on the outside corner and to bring it onto the lower lash line as well. And then I'm using the same 217 brush I used earlier just to buff out the edge and also kind of pull the eyeshadow out a little bit further, just to wing it out a little bit more. And then I'm just using a cotton tip to clean up that lower lash line and make sure I keep that kind of pointed triangular shape. And then I'm going back into the 217 to bring that eyeshadow right in on that inner corner in the bridge of the nose. And then I'm going into that matte brown shade, and I'm going to go over the eyeshadow on the lower lash line. Just, I thought it was a little bit too pink, so to tone it down. And then using a 226 brush, use that same matte brown to intensify the outer corner and the crease. also bring it right into that inside corner too. It just kind of toned down that cranberry colour a little bit, made it a little bit more maroony burgundy. Next I went back into my face powder on a clean 217 brush, and I used this to kind of blend the edge of that eyeshadow a little bit. I thought I had brought it up a little bit too far, so the powder just brought it back down and also softened the edge of it. I actually really like how this worked. It worked really, really well, just to give a very, very smooth edge, and also underneath the eye to clean up that lower lash line too. Next, I'm going to tight line my eyes with the Maybelline Gel Eyeliner, and that's a MAC 211 eyeliner brush, so just the whole way around on the top and bottom waterline. Make sure you get right into that inside corner. And then finally for the eyes, I'm using the Covergirl Clump Crusher Mascara, and I think I did 2 layers on my top and bottom lashes. I lied, it's not finally. I'm going to take that really pale gold and use it as a highlighter for the brow bone. And I'm also using it to highlight the top of my cheekbones, and just taking a powder brush then over the top to make sure it's really blended in. Next, onto lips, and first I'm going to use my concealer just to tone down the pinky colour in my lips. So that's the Collection 2000 concealer again. And then over the top I'm using a Clinique Longlast Glosswear. I can't remember the name, I'll have it in the description box. But yeah, that is it. So that's the finished look. I am really, really happy with how this turned out actually. I know in the middle there it looked a bit crazy, especially when I had the lip liner on the eyes, but you always have to see these things through to the end, and really it's not that difficult. I think it looks an awful lot more difficult than it actually is. So I really, really enjoyed making this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you did, you can give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll have all of the products listed in the description box down there, as well as all of my links to Twitter and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, so you can follow me there. And I'll also have more photos of the finished look on my blog if you want to see everything in better detail. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you give it a go yourself. If you do, tag me on Twitter or on Facebook or something so I can have a look and see, or on Instagram if you use Instagram. I'd love to see your recreations. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. We'll see you very soon. Bye!